right.
Okay, welcome back to the show. Like we said before, we're going to try now to do pretty short, pretty basic reintroductions for the games that will be at 37 Reloaded this coming weekend. Tournament in Southern California at the same venue that hosted Evolution 2004, 10 years ago.
Might as well describe what Moment 37 is.
Sure, Moment 37.
Right.
Yeah. It's the Daigo parry. It's the most famous little bit of a video in fighting game history. Presumably everybody has seen it. If not, just literally search like Daigo parry, and you'll see it. It's a really nice moment where Daigo makes a great comeback against Justin.
I remember there was even an esports site that ranked like the top 10 esports moments ever, and Daigo parry was #1.
Yeah, right. So anyway, it's a pretty big moment. This is to commemorate that. Daigo is coming out. A bunch of other players will be there. The games are Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Capcom vs. SNK 2, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Those are there's also Street Fighter 4. Ultra Street Fighter 4 will also be there.
It's a side tournament.
Right, but the other 4 are going to be the big deals. It's supposed to be kind of a throwback. I'm really excited for it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And they're trying to get a lot of the important people out there. Like I believe they're trying to get Boss out there for CVS2.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think Duck Doe is going to come back and play Marvel there and such like that. So
Sweet.
A lot of the old school talent are going to be there, and we'll talk about some of the players that we may or may not see. But you know,
I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, let's start off with CVS.
Yep. Here
you
we
have
go.
it up there?
I believe so. There we go. Yeah, CVS. So this is CVS 2.
Press
Capcom
start.
versus SNK 2. Oops, let me turn the volume up. Capcom versus.
Get rockin', baby.
Get rockin', baby. Oh yeah. There we go. That's
I can't even hear the music, but I know what it's playing.
So this is CVS 2. So basically, one of the things that should be note about this game, I'll just go to arcade mode first. This was one of the first games that, well, it's one of the only fighting games that has this concept of ratio.
Yeah.
So what it is that you can actually play 3 characters, 2 characters, or 1 character. And you can assign them to ratio count. And depending on the ratio is how much life that they'll have and how much damage that they'll do.
Yeah.
So if you have 2 characters, you can have a 2 and a 2, or a ratio 2 and a ratio 2. You can even do a ratio 1 and a ratio 3. If you have 3 characters, you have to do ratio 1, and ratio 2.
Although in any order.
Yeah, in any order. And then if you have 1 character, he's just going to be one big giant buff ratio 4 character.
Yeah, very damaging, but that's not really what happened. For the most part, that's not a great idea. People almost always use 3 characters.
And so, one of the things that's interesting about this game, so in Street Fighter 4, obviously you pick your Ultra. In this game, when you start the game, you pick your groove. Yeah, I just realized the time.
The groove, no.
That's why I'm kind of talking about it really fast. So, there's 6 different grooves, and then you can pick up to 3 players. So, 3 characters. So, for example, I can pick Super Team Boring here, right?
Okay,
so I can play
Ryu, of course, has to be on Team Boring.
Ken, and
Ken's not that
Akuma.
boring in this game, Emo.
Yeah, I know.
I actually really like Akuma in this game, too.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the team is boring. All right. So, or I could go to N. So now it says I've chosen 2 characters. So basically you have all these characters, obviously Capcom characters here, some guests from other games like Morrigan, even though she reuses the same sprite for the 17th time.
Right.
Like there's even like Last Blade characters, if you've even heard of that game. Samurai Showdown, Nakaruru, and Haumaru are in here. Lots of SNK characters here. So I'm just going to pick Team Boring here.
Okay.
And so once you pick them, you can determine what ratio they're going to be. So this one, Ryu would be the strongest. In this format, Ken would be the strongest. And in this format, Akuma would be the strongest.
Right.
Usually you would make the strongest character the one that you go last. That's the typical tendency.
Although not always.
Not always. And not only that either, but even if I pick them this way, once I start, I actually get to pick the order in which they show up. So I can actually pick Ken first, Ryu first, and then Akuma. And it's hidden, obviously, because that's where part of the mind games comes in.
Which character are you going to start?
So I picked Ken first, like I said. So now I have Ken first.
Okay, up against Toto.
Yep. So, pretty much most of it is the same. And, I'm going to talk about stuff like rolls and things like that, but that's very groove dependent.
Okay.
Right? But otherwise, for the most part, it's your standard 2D game. Very link-based. So, me see if I can get a link going here. Stop blocking, Toto. I'm missing my timing here. It's been a while since I've played this, to be honest with you. Alright, forget it. Oh, whatever. In any case.
But it's also a game where you can cancel pretty easily from chains, which is not the case in SF4.
Right,
if you guys
so you can
are
do short into a special move, right?
And it's really easy, or into super.
Right, yeah, in the super, for example.
Right.
So, what really makes this game distinct... Oh, he's ratio 3, no wonder he was doing so much damage. I was like, why is he hurting me so much? But basically, one of the main things about this game is the grooves, right? So different grooves have different abilities, and I'll go into training mode and show you guys if I can just land something.
Oh, what do you want to do? You know... No,
I tried
come on, man.
Again, yeah, but I did it too early. The fireball was still on screen. So, if you really want to know about this game, this is not the best way to advertise it. I wrote like a 700-page fact for this game.
Yeah.
But the main thing about this game really is the grooves. So there's 3 Capcom-based grooves, which is C groove, A groove, and P groove.
Yeah.
And there's 3 S and K-based grooves, which is S groove, N groove, and K groove.
Right.
Basically, in general, C groove is the alpha kind of groove-ish. I mean, it has 3 levels of supers, and it really is mostly based on alpha, but it's also very basic, so it's kind of super turbo-ish. The reason why I'm a little bit hesitant to call it the alpha groove is because A groove has custom combos.
Yeah, I've never really thought of it like that, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, A groove is mostly the custom combo groove.
Right.
P groove is the Street Fighter 3 groove.
It's kind of parry. It has a parry in there. It doesn't have some of the movement options that the others do.
Right. S groove is based on the what were they called? I think this was called like in KOF. There's 2 modes. There's simple and advanced. I think it is. S groove is based on the simple groove. N groove is based on the advanced version, and then K groove is Samurai Showdown groove, basically.
Okay, so just talk about Pixie. Am I also on this?
You can be.
Yeah, put me on and make me pick a different group. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to just do A groove?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite A groove character?
I don't remember any combos, dude.
Okay.
Just pick Zangief, dude.
Dude, Zangief has no A groove combos. Okay, I'm gonna make you Benimaru.
Benimaru? What?
Because that way I can do some A groove combos.
Okay, fine. I mean, you could have just picked Blanca. I would just do like Jumpy Research or Rolenta and do Scatter Jumps or something.
Alright, so C groove, the main thing you'll notice is that it has 3 levels of supers. So I can do a level 1, I can do a level 1 super.
How did you do that?
Which is 2 fireballs plus a button.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, put the player, the buttons on.
Human, and then training options, key display.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. And then also what I want to do here is player, groove gauge, recover, same for you, so you can do it as well. There we go. Alright, so here we go. So I have 3 levels of supers.
Yeah.
C groove basically has a level 1 super. Wow. There you go. Level 2 super. And a level 3 super. The interesting thing about this is that it's done based on the button that you push.
Right.
So level 1 is light kick, is just 2 quarter circle forwards plus light kick. Level 2 is medium, and level 3 will be heavy kick. The interesting thing about C groove is that it has rolls, even though none of the Capcom grooves have ever had rolls.
Whatever.
Before.
I mean, so that's why I've never thought about it as like movement's different.
So it has rolls.
Yes.
And rolls are really good in this game because they are invincible starting from the very first frame.
Invincible to hits.
Invincible to hits. They can be thrown.
Yeah.
So so there you go. You can throw it. And there's a little bit of recovery at the end, so if I hold down back to block, you can hit me out of that little bit right there. C groove is also the only groove with air blocking. There you go. Obviously, I can't air block ground-based moves or really deep uppercuts. If you do a really early uppercut, I can block it, right?
Yeah, you can. Well, actually, I'm not sure if that works here. But in any case, yeah.
And then the other thing, too, is if you uppercut me again, if I hold the punches down, I do a delayed get-up. So this is one of the first games that had delayed wake-up, which has now found its way into Street Fighter 4. You can recognize if you do a delayed wake-up because you'll see shadows when they get up.
Right.
Basically. So every groove has a really, really unique feature about it. So C groove 1 is air blocking. It's the only groove that has air blocking. Right? What happened? What did you see?
Do a jump attack? Yeah, alright.
Yeah, C groove is the only one with air blocking. So, the main thing that's really unique to C groove is it's the only groove that has level 2 supers. No other groove has a level 2 super. And what they did to level 2 supers in this one is that level 2 supers can be canceled into special moves.
Right.
So in other words, let me see if I can do this. So I just canceled my super into an uppercut.
Right.
Really doesn't do much, right? So, but if you know the combos, you can do stuff like dive kick. She has a dive kick in this game.
Right.
And so you can actually do, for example, oh jeez. There it is. Boom, 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 dive kick, uppercut.
Sick.
Right, so you can, some characters have really, really good level 2 combos, like Chun-Li has a really good one. Combo I really like doing, maybe I should have picked her instead. But basically that's the main thing about C groove. Air blocking, level 2 cancels, gives them a lot of combo potential.
Okay.
So A groove, you can see that their meter is divided in 2.
Yes.
And so
you gonna take over?
Sure. You didn't play CVS too much, huh?
I played it definitely less than 3S and ST.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay. So basically, A groove only has access to level 1 supers. So no matter what button I push, I'm gonna do a level 1 super. So I do not have level 2s or level 3s. And as long as my meter is halfway full, I have access to a level 1. Now that's not the best thing about it. So they have rolls.
Yeah.
Right. So they basically have rolls and they have regular dashes. I should mention that both C groove and A groove have regular dashes.
Yeah,
like
dash
this.
and backdash.
Right. So the main thing is obviously custom combos.
Right.
Now custom combos allow you to cancel any normal into any normal pretty much. And not only that, but you can cancel special moves into special moves.
Right.
You can cancel special moves into normals if you wanted to. Like, oops, ran out. So I can do like fireball, 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 fireball. And not everything can combo necessarily. You really have to know what your good custom is, right? So for example, Benimaru has this move, Fierce, which moves him a little bit forward. So if I activate custom combo, I can do just keep hitting Fierce and I'll keep going. And then at the very end of everything, you can do a super.
Well, you can do a super at any time, but you want to save it obviously for the very end.
Right. So for example, if I do this, let's see if I can actually do this. I mistimed it, but in any case, that's the way it works in general. But the thing that makes custom combos really powerful is its versatility. So for example, if someone jumps at you, you can use it as anti-air.
Yeah, it has some invincibility though.
You know, and then into super or something like that. So there's a lot of really things, and what you're gonna see is that a lot of people are gonna use this groove because of Sakura and Bison. So they have. Should I even try to do it?
Don't bother, man. I don't want to spend that much time.
Okay. So basically, custom combos is what makes them really powerful. So Bison, even at ratio 1 when he does little damage. Damage scaling is pretty harsh on custom combos, but Bison has a custom combo that hits you so many times, the minimum damage you can do is 100. So no matter which groove he's in, this custom combo will do just about the same amount of damage, so he becomes a really powerful ratio 1 A groove character, basically.
I can do this, yeah. Okay, so you're not going to see P that much. I don't know if anybody's going to play it there. There were a couple of notable P players.
Yeah, Gio probably the main one, but he doesn't even play anymore.
Steve Harrison, I don't know if he's going to be out here.
Yeah.
But I guess, do you want to pick it, or do you want to not bother? Just tell
just do it and S-groove real fast, and then we can just show them real quick.
Okay. Whatever, R2, yeah.
Just do S-groove. Show Bison, because he's like one of the only good characters in S-groove. So,
sure.
I don't know if Dr. B is going to show up here.
Oh yeah, that doesn't seem likely, but we'll see.
Dr. B was really good at S-groove Bison. So parry groove, the main thing is, again, same thing, regular dashes, right? But the other thing too is that they have low jumps to kind of simulate the universal overhead. So a low jump is a system mechanic that this groove happens to have.
So do a normal jump and then do a short jump.
This is a normal jump,
and
that's a short jump.
Right. And I mean, other characters obviously are even are this is a bad character to pick this with, I guess.
Right.
But you know, a lot of characters have very fast, very low short jumps, so it's a really big tool.
Yeah, and not only that too, but short jumps. The interesting thing about it has more delay when they land, but you can cancel the delay into special moves and stuff like that. So you can get jump attacks better, but it's harder to combo off of them.
Right.
You have to hit really deep for it to combo. But the one thing about P Groove, obviously, is that it has parries.
All right, so 1, 2, 3.
There you go. So this is one of the only.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
So one of the things about this game is that makes P Groove not as good is that you notice all you have is a level 3 super.
Right.
That's the only thing you have, a level 3 super, and if training mode wasn't refilling this, it takes forever for that to fill. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it's the second longest meter in the game.
Yeah, it also does less damage, so different grooves, the supers do different amounts of damage, and P groove does less damage, even though it takes a long time to build up. So it definitely has some problems. Parry is not like third strike parry.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a smaller window.
Much smaller window. It's the same input, toward, down, but it has such a...
do scissor kick on me, actually.
Scissor kick? Sure.
Well, I mean, like...
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
So, do I have to down parry this thing, or is it only forward
I don't
parry?
know.
Okay, 1,
2, 3. Maybe down. I don't know. 1, 2, 3.
But you can parry both. You can parry the whole
it's just
thing.
really tough. So there weren't that many players who played with this groove. Obviously it's a big read-based groove. You don't have the same like mobility stuff. Well, it is, but you don't have the same roll options.
Yeah, I don't have roll.
Yeah.
And I don't have any high jump or it. Oh, actually, I do have high jump. That's right, because third strike has high jump. So this is one of the grooves that has high jump.
So you have 3 different jumps, but it just doesn't really have the same movement and stuff. The damage is less. You don't see it very often. Anyway, let's...
so C and A group do not have high jumps. Okay.
So no sense in talking a ton about P. You want to talk about S?
Sure. So S groove here is the dodge groove.
Yeah.
So basically, if your special power is that you can...
It's like roll, yeah.
Oh, there it is, yeah. You can dodge. Not only can you dodge, but if you time it right, you literally can dodge forever, but it can be thrown.
Right.
So if while you're dodging, you can be thrown. Really, so that's the main feature of this. And while you're dodging, you always have access to 2 attacks: a punch and a kick. One is always bufferable, so walk up to me real quick, like that, and the other one always knocks down. It's different for every character. So one is a knockdown, and the other thing that you'll notice, of course, they have the backdash, but they have a forward run.
Right.
Right, so I can forward run into head stop. Woo!
Right, yeah. While you're running, as long as you start running, you can then hold down toward, which gives you a down charge. So you'll see wonky things like Guile runs at you and then does flash kick.
Yeah, it's very rare, but it can happen.
It's doable.
But let me do one thing really quick. Let's do max start here. So the other thing about S groove that's really important to know is that how the meter works. And like I said, we're not going to go into too much detail about this. I'm just waiting until it drains right now.
Yeah, right.
So again, S groove only has access to level 1s for the most part. So the only way my meter goes up is if I manually charge it like this. And once it charges, I have access to a level 1 super. Right? Level 1 super. However, if you beat me up and my life wasn't coming back and my life goes into red, as long as my life is flashing red, I can do level 1 supers infinitely. I just have access to level 1.
I'm not going to get down there.
Yeah, you're not going to get down. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You can do level 1s for free, and if you charge all the way up and your life is red, now you get access to the level 3s. There are some level 3 only supers that you have to be red and filled like this to do that. But basically, mostly it's about dodging like this, and most characters don't really use it very well.
Right.
And the best is just Bison, so you can do this, because he looks funny.
He looks funny just standing still.
Yeah, he does.
What are you doing there, Bison?
Scratching his neck.
What are you... Oh, yeah, is that... Okay.
Yeah. But
that's not what I thought of it.
Right. Woo! And he has the best taunt, by the way, so... Yeah.
Oh, dope. I pressed them both.
Oh, yeah, that's right. These old games did that, yeah. Me and my friends always used to call that Gong Vampire. Because whenever we played Darkstalkers 3, you hit it with a Gong Vampire. And it just happened to us over and over and over again.
Hey, was that music playing?
Yeah. True Love Making.
What do you want to pick?
It doesn't matter. Pick whatever you like.
just really like that one, but...
Pick it again.
Nah, let's do this.
Big giant cowboy statue.
Okay, so let's do N groove
and K groove.
Who do you want to show?
N groove. Show like Ryu or Kyo, because they like I know for sure that they have stuff that they can take advantage of the grooves. And then for K groove.
K groove. Bam.
Yeah, anybody really that you want. That's a good choice. So N-Groove is based off of an SNK, the 98 Advanced, where basically what you do is you build up stocks. So you can see that there's 3 stocks there right now, on like where right under Kyo's right foot is the 3 little dots. So you can build up 3 levels that way, but you can only use them as level 1. So level 1, let me change that again.
Yeah.
Player setting.
Recover. Max start probably?
Yeah, sure, let's do that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically if I use one like this, so it's going to be gone like that. And it builds up normally through normal means and stuff like that. But what happens is that, I should have also mentioned when S screw fills up that it drains little by little, so you have a time to use it.
Yeah, you can see that.
Because same thing. So N-Groove's special thing is that you can, if you have at least 1 bar, you can press Fierce and Roundhouse and you'll do it like a stamp. And you can see how there's a timer underneath. Now if I do a super and spend another bar, I get the level 3 version of it, which does way more damage, obviously, and such. So basically, I have to keep building up. And not only that, when you do the little stamp thing, actually you could taunt and give me meter too.
But, I'm not on human.
Oh yeah, that's right. But when you're powered up like this, you do more damage as well. So there's a reason to use it even if I don't have another stock. But I can build up to 3, and as a result, I can, basically if you're full at 3, there's almost never a reason not to use one right there and just get the extra damage. But the main thing about this is this has a roll groove, this is also a low jump groove, and a high jump groove.
Right.
But see, like, Kyo has a really good instant low jump because that knocks down too, right? But the important thing to note about this one is that it does have run.
Right.
And what happens is a lot of this is West Coast CVS2 style, which is originally SoCal pioneered the running low jab style rush down. And it's very, very SoCal specific.
Yeah, you still hear us say that sometimes, even when we're doing like SF4 commentary. We'll say like, "Oh, he's going for like run groove pressure or N groove pressure." I should say. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, but in general, N groove has kind of fallen out of favor because a lot of the other grooves are better. We'll do a groove summary at the end.
Okay.
But that's basically N groove.
Okay.
K groove is the.
You want to turn me off?
Yeah.
Infinite.
Let's just do max start.
Yeah, that's fine.
So K groove is the Samurai Showdown groove, in which you basically have a revenge meter. The only way to build up your just activate a super really quick.
Was it like the punches?
Yeah. So basically, the only way K groove builds up meter, there's 2 ways, right? Is taking damage. And obviously different moves give you, depending on what hits you, gives you different amounts. And also just defending, which is the opposite of parrying.
Right.
You block at the last second. This comes from Garu, Mark of the Wolves. So 1, 2, I'm going to do crouching medium kick. Okay, so parry down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, it's not parry, by the way. It's down block.
Oh yeah, it's down back.
Yeah.
But what that does is it shortens block stun, unlike parry, which eliminates any sort of hit stun or block stun. Just defend has a slight stun onto it. Still has a little bit of block stun. It's shorter, and it also recovers a little bit of your health.
Right.
So the more you just defend, the more life you actually get back.
Right.
So if someone does like a big super and you just defend like all 10 hits, you actually get a tiny chunk of life back. But most importantly, again, low jump. Running, so it's one of the run grooves, and so it's got high jumps as well. So that's mostly the 4 different grooves.
One thing to note that we didn't mention with K groove and P groove is that you can actually just defend or parry a little bit before you could do other stuff.
Oh,
if you're coming out of block stun, for example, if you're with I guess N groove, right? You have to wait until you're out of block stun. But before you can take an action. But with parry and with just fen, you can do stuff a little bit before.
Right. And also, interestingly enough, I should also mention that in between rounds for K groove, the meter stays the same, but if it's full, it goes away between rounds.
Right.
So taunt actually gives the opponent meter.
Right.
So a lot of times you'll see someone with no life left fighting against the K groove guy. They'll run up, taunt, give them the meter, and then the K groove guy kills them, and then they start the next round with no meter. Right.
So when you're in this rage mode, not only do you have access to supers, is the only time you have access to,
and it's only level 3 super.
And just level 3 supers. When you use it, your super is gone. But during that time, during that rage mode, you're just more damaging.
Everything does 35% more damage.
Everything.
And it's the most. So C groove does more damage at level 1, level 2, and level 3. N groove does more damage when you're stamped, etc., etc.
Right.
But K groove is the only one that gets this ridiculous damage boost. So you will see some super high damage from that groove.
Okay, this game has stun too. Yay.
Yes.
Oh, it also has mash grabs. Yeah. I missed these.
Yep. And they're one button throws too.
Right, you're doing it with fierce.
Yeah, there's no command for the throw.
So that means that there's some like limited option selects where you can walk around and you're like not. I guess Blanca's not a good pick for that, but if you have a good like close fierce or something, yeah, you can walk around and throw. And if you get a throw, then that's cool. But if not, you'll get your fierce.
Right. There you go. So lots of, and the nice thing about this game is there's just a lot of characters in this game. Very interesting characters.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You're not going to see a lot of them probably at the highest levels, but
you know, I don't know. I think we're probably not going to see the highest levels at 37 Reloaded because a lot of people haven't played for a long time. Boss will be there, so he's going to basically light everybody up.
Well, Ricky.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Ricky's
Ricky.
Gonna be
you're
there.
right. You're right. Yeah, so Ricky's a good choice. I guess Justin will probably be there. So,
gonna be there, yeah.
I don't know if the old SoCal crew is gonna come. It'd be awesome if Combo Fiend could play, but I guess he probably can't.
So I heard they were trying to get Bucktooth out here as well.
Bucktooth would have been awesome. Yeah.
So let's talk about the grooves a little bit. So C groove, not one of the more popular grooves, but very useful. So one of the things that obviously has really changed the way CVS2 is played is roll canceling.
Yeah.
So any groove that has rolls in it, there's a glitch that the first few frames of a roll can be canceled into a special move.
Right.
And are you human right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you throw a fireball? I didn't. You can't throw a fireball because you're the wrong character. So basically the way it works is that the very first couple of frames, in fact it might even just be one frame of the roll that you can cancel into a special move. You can cancel the roll into a special move, so I'll make you be a
Dawson.
Dawson? Okay.
Yeah. I played Dawson in C Groove, so. See Dawson.
Yep. So here we go. So basically the problem with it is the way the game works is that when you roll, the frames of the roll are invincible. They just apply this, like you're invincible for 30 frames, right? So if I can cancel it into a special move, what happens is it ends up making me invincible for the amount of time my roll would be invincible. So throw a fireball at me real quick.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm really bad at roll canceling, by the way. So
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Right there. So you saw it. I took the invincibility of my roll and I applied it into my Hadouken.
Right.
Wow, I'm doing that way better. Did my execution like get better over time or something? Oops. There you go.
Hey, I did it.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So basically, this is.
It's not that hard.
Any roll groove can do this. C groove, A groove, N groove. All three of them can do roll canceling, and it's super powerful because it gives you like. Blanca Electricity is a really good one.
Right. Honda Hands is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Honda Command Grab is ridiculous.
If you can do it.
Yeah, because RC Command Grab, if I recall correctly, the Command Grab recovers before the invincibility runs out.
Yes.
So it's really stupid.
So roll canceling has become a really powerful thing in this game.
Yeah,
so the ability to counter roll canceling is very important, right? So what C Groove actually makes it do that's really good, for example, Blanca, there's a lot of characters that can't counter the Blanca ball on block.
Right.
So roll cancel Blanca ball becomes really good against those characters because there's like nothing they can do.
Right.
So C Groove becomes important because you can air block. So what you would end up doing is chicken guarding the Blanca ball, and then you would land right away and recover faster than normal block stun. So now you can punish it. So C Groove, that's the main use of C Groove in today's CVS2 kind of world.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of people play it just because it's more versatile.
Basically, I play it because it's a little easier. I don't need to know like huge A groove combos, and I don't need to know timings for just defends. And
Right.
It's a little easier for me, so that's basically why.
A groove custom combos are really good.
Yes.
So custom combos are broken in every game that they've ever been in,
Basically.
including this one.
Yeah.
And especially for M. Bison, so he has basically the most broken one because he can get into his what they call paint the fence custom combo pretty much from anything. Like he can scissor kick you, activate custom, and continue the combo going, right? I forget, it's like stand jab into it or something like that. But then basically once he gets you into the corner, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, you're basically doing DP motion a million times.
Let me do one thing really quick just to make it easier for me to try. So now I'll just be in here forever.
Yeah, I know. You're just doing that a lot.
Yeah.
It's not super exciting, but it does a lot of damage.
Right. Because you get so many hits in this, basically.
Yeah.
I've never been good at this custom.
Yeah, it's not easy.
But you do it and you get a ton of damage. But like I said, the main thing about A groove is its versatility. It gives everyone who doesn't have an anti-air an anti-air. Right, a lot of characters that way.
In activation?
Yeah, because you get invincibility, right? So in other words, if someone jumps at you, I can activate customs and get something. I don't remember what Bison's was, but he has a way that he can start it off of that. And again, you can use it as an anti-air, so hit me really quick. And then try to uppercut me. Oh,
okay.
And then, oh look, I get to punish you, whatever, like that. So it's just really applicable to a lot of situations. A groove is pretty much, and they have roll canceling because this groove has roll.
Right,
So,
it's a really good groove. Definitely a really good groove. You want to show K next, probably? It's basically like those two and K.
So N groove is still used by some, Bucktooth in particular. But it's, like I said, it's just fallen out of favor. It's not that useful. But K-Groove is also obviously super useful because you get meter a lot. The damage boost is really good at that 35%. And Just Defend is a great way to stop roll canceling. So it's you Just Defend stuff. Like, you notice one thing that when you Just Defend, it's like parry. You don't slide backwards at all.
Yeah.
So if Blanca Ball comes at you and you Just Defend it, you still have block stun, but then Blanca lands right next to you because you don't slide anywhere, so it's...
And it's less than regular block stun.
Right.
Just Defend stun is definitely less.
Okay. So, good A-Groove characters, like we said, Bison, Sakura, really good. Blanca can be used pretty decently in A-Groove. Good K-Groove characters, Cammy. I mean, what would you say? Just like the main characters you're gonna see are gonna be like Sagat, Cammy, Blanca, Bison.
I mean, those are the really, really good characters. Maybe a couple more, but I don't know if that's gonna be the case. Maybe it will be because people are sort of coming back to it, and maybe they'll play like what's a little bit easier. I don't know, but I mean, after the game evolved a little bit, it wasn't really that tier heavy. A lot of people had the same sort of like half dozen anchor characters, the ratio 2 characters. But there was a lot of diversity when it came to the first two, to the ratio 1s.
Well, when the game kind of fell out of favor here in the States, people kept playing it still in Japan.
Yeah.
And like when you watch Japan tournaments, like the best players, what, like a Geese, Dalsum, Maki
yeah, EO was the best for a while. Yeah, he had Maki, Dalsum, Rolento.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Players to note, we said Ricky, Boss. I hope Combo Fiend can play because...
Dude, he was one of the best.
He was so good at I mean, he gained some of his reputation for being rushed down manic because of this game.
Yeah, and for picking a little bit unusual characters sometimes, and so I don't know all who was coming. Do you want to talk about like groove, kind of like counter groove choice, like A groove versus K groove, that sort of thing?
Yeah. So here, let me just...
one thing that we didn't mention that that the grooves have is the alpha counter. That does come up in some situations if an A groove character has popped the custom and is doing a lot of... obviously, you can still do it when the opponent's blocking. So there's a block meter, which I guess we didn't even talk about.
Oh,
but there's a
guard meter. Yeah,
there's a guard meter that can break. So if you have an A groove custom that's going on and the opponent's blocking it all, you can break their guard. And so if you have K groove, you don't have any way to get out of that once you're blocking. But other grooves have alpha counter. And you can alpha counter out of that.
Right. So
that's important.
So Sakura has show, which basically is all chip the entire time, and
so much damage on chip.
K Groove can't do anything about it.
Right.
Once you start blocking, you have to eat this whole thing, and then your guard breaks pretty much right before she supers at the end.
Right.
So she just so basically an A Groove can get all this damage.
Right. Even on block.
Right. But like I said, K Groove works really good against roll canceling and such. Really, it's cool. A and K are the most used grooves.
That's probably what you'll see most. Yeah. There's gonna be some C, I'm sure.
Okay.
So.
But, NorCal was probably the best at this game. They had like amazing. So Kim1234 Ohio,
right,
used to be part of SoCal, but he would go up to NorCal a lot, play up there. There's a lot.
He got top 8 at Evo at some point.
Yeah, he won Evo West one year. He just took first place. John Choi, super good at this game as well. Ricky Ortiz, super good at this game. Bucktooth, when he lived up in NorCal, was super good at this game. A lot of really, really strong players up there. So.
There were a bunch of good East Coast players too, of course. The area where I used to live, Maryland, Virginia, DC, had a bunch of really strong action in that game.
Oh, we should probably mention that too. Yeah, I mean, this was one of the games that had the biggest divide in East Coast, West Coast play style.
Yeah.
West Coast was all rush down because of Vi. East Coast was all defensive because of Eddie Lee. So when you watch Justin play this, you'll see why he has a reputation for being a turtle, boring ass player. Because I have watched him use Ratio 1 Vega and just out-turtle everybody, and it is the most painful thing to watch. Like, you're sitting there watching it, you're just like, God.
That character's really, really good. Really good. So, yeah, you'll definitely see some of that. It's interesting because even where, again, I lived in Maryland, Virginia, DC area, and that's not where Eddie Lee was. He was in New York, but like that style like filtered down. You know, because New York would come and play us sometimes at our tournaments.
Right.
And I think that we like adopted that style kind of. So that was a big deal. You might see that if some of those players were there.
You know, I'll credit Derek Daniels Omni for pointing that out. He always noted that the play style of the scene is always reflective of the best player.
Yeah.
Because Vi was a big end groove player, and so he would rush down a lot, and so that's kind of what everybody ended up doing. But then as time went on, I mean, like if you watch NorCal guys, they're all really good at rushing down. But one thing I will say though is that like Vi doesn't play this one as much anymore. I don't
CVS2, I don't know when the last time he played was.
Yeah, but he was super good at one point in time. So.
Well, I think that's about it. That's a lot of the basics of the game. It's in practice, it's a very footsie heavy game. Even when you're playing offense, it's a big footsie game. So that's something that I really, really like about it.
Yeah. So characters.
It can be boring.
Yeah.
It can be straight. Okay, if you're watching this weekend and all of a sudden they're just crouching. Okay, if it's like Blanca or something like Blanca or whatever, Blanca Sagat, they're just crouching all the time. That can happen.
Hey, I will always say that it was CVS2 where I played against Genghis at a Southern Hills Golfland tournament that I think our match lasted 30 minutes.
Yeah. Like
maybe a little over 30 minutes. It was 2 out of 3. But it was like time over every round.
It's possible.
Because, it happens. But just want to point out, so C Groove, some good characters like Ken, Guile, you'll see like Choi play those grooves and stuff like that. Rolento is another really good groove when you could run because the stand jab was super annoying to deal with. Hibiki, Morrigan is really good in end groove because she flies, she does like instant dashes. Mai is an East Coast character, very turtley based, and again we mentioned Vega, very turtley character as well. So
Zangief sucks. So bad in this game.
But he was one of my favorite characters to use.
Hey man, I played him. He was one of my dudes. Yep. Dhalsim is not that bad actually. Dhalsim's like mid tier. A lot of people slept on him, but he's not that bad.
Yeah, he's actually not too bad. So.
Okay, anything else for CVS?
No, we definitely went over time.
Of course, but not by as much as I thought we might.
Yeah. Plus another thing is CVS2 has so much to talk about.
Oh, ST is gonna take like 20 minutes.
I know, right? So let's do ST next
when
we come back. So we're gonna take a break right now, and do some Super Turbo. All right.
After this.